and welcome everyone to this video on navigating the SAP OData Service Builder. Be ZaranTech. But before we begin, make sure to subscribe to our ZaranTech YouTube channel and hit the bell icon to never miss any update from us.
So hello everyone, in this video we are going to discuss how we can navigate to our OData Service Builder. Now the dedicated transaction code for our OData service is SEGW. Let me show to you. /n. Now write SCGW here and press enter. So see, SAP Gateway Service Builder, we have a dedicated transaction code in our SAP ABAP program, which is SEGW, through which we can navigate ourselves to our SAP Gateway Service Builder. And here we can develop our SAP OData services. We create OData project in SEGW transaction code. Now, navigating the OData Service Builder in SAP involves several steps, from creating a project to defining data models and service operations, which we will discuss in this particular video. Now see, the service builder part of the SAP gateway. The service builder is a part of the SAP gateway, which provides a graphical interface that simplifies the development and management of OData services. Here you can see it is nothing but a graphical user interface, and in every OData project you will be getting various features which does nothing but it simply simplifies the development and management of your OData services. And here is a step-by-step guide on how to navigate the use of the OData Service Builder. See, accessing the OData Service Builder. How we can access our OData Service Builder? You can use the SAP transaction code, which is nothing but SEGW, to open the SAP Gateway Service Builder. And when you will be putting is this SEGW in the transaction code section and you will press enter, you will get your initial screen where you can create a new project or open an existing one. What is the meaning of it? You can click on this create button for creating any of the project, or you can open your existing OData projects from here. Now, how do we create any project? So for creating your project, you will have to click on the create button. Then you are required to fill the particular details. First one is project name, then we have description, then we have a package, or we can use a particular prefix. Let me show to you. You will click on this create button and see, you will get a pop-up screen. You are required to give the name of the project. Suppose you will be giving a name with this kind of name, they will provide the description, then the package, or then the person responsible for. Then the project structure. Now see, this is the most important concept in our SAP network, in our SAP Gateway Service Builder. Once the project is created, it appears in the Project Explorer on the left-hand side. The project structure includes data model, service implementation, runtime artifacts, and service maintenance. Now see, what are these used for? We will discuss these things in detail. So first, I'm giving over overview. So data model are used for defining entity types and entity sets. Then we have service models. See this particular data model. You can see entity types and entity set. Then we have service implementations, where we will see all the CRUD operations. Then we have runtime artifacts. These are the classes which are generated at the runtimes in our OData services. And then we have our service maintenance, which is used for adding our OData service to SAP Gateway client, through which we can test our OData services locally. And here we can see all our logs in SAP OData. So all our OData service project contains mainly this particular 4 folders, and these are data model, service implementation, runtime artifacts, and service maintenance. Now, what is this data model? Data model basically consists these mainly few things. The first one is entity type. Now, what is this entity type? It is an option to maintain the collection of fields and data type and length. So here you will be maintaining the collection of fields with data type and length. And this entity type is similar to the structure of normal ABAP. In this entity type, you can store any particular properties and navigation properties. And this entity type are similarly simple to structure in normal. These are similar to structure in normal web, which means that you can store only one record at a time in this entity type. Then we have entity. These are basically the data type and length using which we create our entity. And what is an entity? Entity is an option to hold a single record at a time. That using entity, you can hold a single record at a time. And entity is similar to work area in normal web. So what you do in your work area, you store a particular single record at a time. Suppose this is my entity which is holding one record at a time. Then we have entity set. Let me show to you. Here we can see our entity sets. And entity sets are like internal table. That is, we can hold the collection of records here. Entity sets are similar to internal table. Then we have association. The term itself is suggesting here. Association is nothing but a relationship between two entity types. That whatever the relationship will be between two entity types, you will be showing using association. And in association set, you can see the relationship between two entity sets. And under single OData project, we can have n number of entity type and entity sets. This is the advantage, a best advantage in our OData services. Now see our service implementation. It mainly contains the CRUD methods. And why these CRUD methods are used? These are used for performing CRUD operations. And what are these CRUD operations? They are create, get entity set, update, and delete entity. Let me show to you. Go to the service implementation, open your entity set here, and you can see we have the CRUD methods which are create, delete, get entity set, and update. So these are used for mainly performing the CRUD operations. Then we have runtime artifacts. And what are these runtime artifacts? Runtime artifacts mainly contains the runtime classes. And these classes are auto-generated. Now, what is the meaning of this auto-generated? That is, whenever you will click on the generate button in your OData project, these runtime classes will be generated automatically. And these are underscore MPC, which is basically model provider class. Then we have underscore MPC extension, which is model provider extension class. Then we have underscore DPC, data provider class. Then we have DPC extension, data provider extension class. This is one of the most important class here, where you will be writing your most of the logics. That is, you will be implementing all your CRUD methods in the underscore DPC underscore extension. Then we have underscore SRV, which is registered service. And then we have our registered model. Then we have our last folder, service maintenance. See what is it is used for. It is used to trace or find out the error occurred during the service execution. That is, whatever the error that will be occurred during the service execution, you will find all its entire details in the service maintenance folder. And we also have a gateway client, which is a temporary screen to test our OData service functionality. That you will be testing all your OData service functionality using this service maintenance folder. And we can also see your error log using this particular service maintenance folder. See here, we can click on the registered. As we already have our registered, since registration status is green here, so it is saying service is already registered. You can see, you can click on this for error log, and you can click on this SAP gateway client. It will navigate you directly to SAP gateway client, where you can test your OData services. See, we are seeing the current status as 200, which means our OData is working correctly. That means our service we had already added our SAP service correctly. So this is the way how we can navigate our OData service builder, and the important transaction code for our OData service builder in SCGW. So thank you very much.